In healthcare, artificial intelligence is powering a revolution. Scientists are using artificial intelligence algorithms to sift through seemingly banal data, such as the up and down motion of the steps we take every day. They're looking for conspicuous patterns that could serve as early warning signs of disease. Scientists in the English city of Birmingham are working on a revolutionary diagnostic method. To date, there are no specific tests to detect Parkinson's disease, making diagnosis difficult. AI could change that. Max Little is a mathematician at Aston University.
Press Start Test to begin the recording.
Very good.
Voice changes can be an early indicator of Parkinson's. Max and his team collected thousands of vocal recordings and fed them to an algorithm they developed which learned to detect differences in voice patterns between people with and without the condition. In a lab-based study of the recordings, the algorithm was able to correctly identify a Parkinson's diagnosis nearly 99% of the time. Max Little's work is an example of the far-reaching changes AI is bringing to the field of medicine. It's no longer just doctors who are using artificial intelligence to develop new diagnostic methods, but data scientists, programmers, and mathematicians like Max. One example, when a person walks, sensors in their smartphone register the up and down motion of their gait. But what information can be gleaned from such data?
If we measured a pattern of someone's walking behavior, then someone who's healthy we might measure the accelerometer to look like that.
Okay, so it's just the sort of movement he would have here.
Yeah, their hips going up and down regularly, that kind of thing, along with their pace. But if you looked at somebody with Parkinson's disease, they may have these small steps like this, and they may be irregular, or they may have patterns like that, or they may even freeze and stop like that. So you can see that there's
a difference.
There's a difference. So you can also now train an algorithm, for instance, to pick out features like what is the distance between the time distance between these peaks, and it could also do the same with this, and it would be able to do that very precisely. And by doing so, we may be able to measure, for instance, that here there's large variability between these. The advantage of the algorithm really comes when, for instance, you might have somebody who measures a pattern which looks like this, and there might just be one small change, perhaps, that occurs, very, maybe not like that, but sort of, some
very small
variation. That's right, in the sequence of these, in the timing of these events. Even to a professional eye, because they don't have the level of precision, they may not be able to detect that this is outside of the normal range of variation. But of course, an algorithm connected to a high precision sensor will be able to determine that difference. And in this case, this person here may in fact have a precursor symptom of the disease.
So this would mean that this person, with the help of an algorithm, could be diagnosed as having Parkinson, whereas the doctor himself would miss him out.
That could, for the first time, make it possible to detect precursor symptoms of Parkinson's and enable early intervention. But what else does the data on our smartphones reveal?
Right now, you have already apps tracking your so-called activity.
Yeah.
So in fact, the data might be already there.
Well, the data potentially could be there, that's right. But there are ethics about whether we collect that kind of data and use it for these sorts of purposes. Clearly, we can't just collect this data and start diagnosing people.
We should not.
We should not, no, absolutely not.
But we could.
We could, but we really wouldn't want to. There are very good reasons not to do it. And there may be good reasons for doing it as well, but that's the kind of thing that needs to be worked through in a proper, regulated setting.
After our interview, Max Little tells me he's received several lucrative offers to join tech giants who smell new business opportunities. He turned them down.